Good evening, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, depending where you are tuned in to us from in the world. We've got some Nations League action for you today. It's Republic of Ireland against England. The Republic of Ireland, this is their manager, Jaime Hallgrimsson's first game in charge after being appointed back in July. It's Lee Carsley's first game in interim charge of England as well, on the back of Gareth Southgate leaving after the Euro defeat against Spain when England were beaten in the final, of course. Got Paul James on commentary for this one, and it looks like the two nations are actually walking out of the tunnel now. So, whilst the nations are making their way out, Paul James, how do the two nations look for this encounter?
Well, you can see that definitely Lee Carsley, for his first game in charge, has picked a very attacking lineup. And I'll go through the starting lineups just before kickoff. But you can see here that Jack Grealish playing in the midfield, along with Declan Rice and Kobe Mainoo, with Anthony Gordon, Harry Kane and Bukayo Saka with a front three. That's certainly something that England haven't been used to recently, especially under Gareth Southgate. For Jaime Hallgrimsson, well, there's a few surprises. No Evan Ferguson. He drops to the bench tonight. Chidozie Ogbene starts and Adam Ida starts with a 4-4-2 for the Irish. So this one could be a very interesting game. It's a packed house at the Aviva Stadium in Dublin today, Mike.
You can see that as well. And just before we... I'm going to see if I can get the national anthems on as well. But you see that the Irish in the media the Irish fans have taken a little bit of stick towards Declan Rice and Jack Grealish, who have obviously worn the Irish shirt in the past. Do you think there's anything behind that, or just a little bit of football banter and football rivalry? You don't see it really materialising into too much in terms of hate they'll get throughout the game, or do you?
I mean, they may, but I mean, they'll be used to that. Declan Rice, Jack Grealish, they both play for two of England's biggest teams in England. They're used to getting the rough treatment from the fans, so I suspect they'll be used to that. I don't think it'll be too much of a concern for those two players. I think England are going to get a rough atmosphere here, as they always do when they come to Ireland. So. I don't think this is anything new at all.
Yeah, I'd have to agree as well. As you say, they're both professional footballers. They've both played for some big clubs throughout their career, as you say. And I think the national anthems are going to be any second now, according to my screen. But Lee Carsley, of course, a international for Ireland back in his day, and he doesn't want to sing the English national anthem. He's refusing to sing the national anthem. Do you think there's anything behind that, or a lot of people are saying that it could potentially put Lee Carsley on the back foot already? But to be honest, if he wins the game, then that's all that really matters. That's what he gets paid for at the end of the day, isn't it? So
yeah, all the political stuff aside, this is what you get paid for. Now, it's not going to help him if England don't win the game. If they drop points today, or if they lose the game, then that's not going to help him at all. Saying that he's refusing to sing the English national anthem. He's not English. I understand why he doesn't want to sing it. He's Irish. So he doesn't want to sing the English national anthem. That's fine. It's really a matter of personal preference, I think. I don't think anybody need sort of make a huge deal out of this. I read it earlier on today myself. The media are making a bit of a big deal about it. Well, the media always do, don't they?
Yeah, most definitely. And I'm sure Fabio Capello and of course, the late, great Sven-Goran Eriksson, who sadly passed away just a couple of weeks ago as well, probably didn't sing the national anthem even. And, Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, when he was on Gareth Southgate's coaching team and people like that. And, we didn't have it all back then. And I think it's just the way of the world these days and the way of the media. They kind of want to make a fuss and get involved in any way that they can, really, don't they? Yeah.
Yeah, I think people need to kind of just get off the political bandwagon. There's been enough political political hate going towards fixtures involving Ireland and England in the past. I think people need to put that aside and remember that we're playing a game of football here. And I think as it stands, yes, you want to win. But the media should stop stoking the political stuff.
Yeah, I'd have to agree as well. I think that you just see Jack Grealish and Declan Rice here on my screen, both warming up there, or both standing there with their doing the handshakes here with, I'm not sure who this is, but one of the Irish representatives.
It's a TSOC,
Is it?
their version of the Prime Minister.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice.
I just can't remember his name. I just don't remember his name. But when I lived in Ireland for 3 years, it was known as a TSOC, if I pronounce that right. Now, if there's any Irish fans in the chat that want to correct me on that pronunciation, please feel free to do so, because I'm not sure I've got it right. But I believe it's called the Irish Prime Minister would be the TSOC.
Right, I'll have to do a little bit digging into the guy's name as well now, but just for, a little bit of knowledge. But yeah, he's just going around shaking hands there with the last of the Irish players, and you see some Irish fans there absolutely loving life as well, which is great to see. And of course, the Irish manager himself is a foreign manager as well, so he probably won't sing the Irish national anthem either. But we're not all about that. We're all about the game itself. Of course, this is England's first game in the group. They do play again on Tuesday night against Finland as well. And then I think there's more games in October sort of time too. I think Finland's one of them. I think Greece might be another one that's coming up soon as well in the group. But let's just have a look here. This is going to be the national anthem.
The whole thing will be over by November, I think, for the group stage.
I think it's about November sort of time. Just checking here. I think it's going to be the anthems. Just we'll do the anthems and then we'll come straight back to you, Paul.
Okay.
Right, we were having a few technical problems there with the anthem, so we'll leave it at that. But the England national anthem was getting a lot of boos from the Irish support there in the stadium. We'll just cut the anthems there because we were having a few technical problems. But Paul, do you want to run us through the two lineups in full whilst we whilst I've got the Irish national anthem on my screen?
Yes, absolutely. So welcome everybody for this Group B2 Nations League match between the Republic of Ireland and England. So take a look at Heimer Hallgrimsson's first starting lineup for the Republic of Ireland. He's chosen Coivin Kelleher in goal, Robbie Brady, Dara O'Shea, Nathan Collins and Seamus Coleman, the captain. It's a back four. Sammy Schmodic, Will Smallbone, Jason Malumbi, Matt Doherty in midfield, with Adam Eder and Chidozie Ogbeni up top. For England, Lee Carsley, well, he's chosen his first England squad as follows. It's a very attacking lineup with Jordan Pickford in goal, Levi Colwell, Mark Gahey, Harry Maguire, Trent Alexander-Arnold are your back four, Jack Grealish, Declan Rice and Kobe Mainoo in the three in midfield, with the three up top of Anthony Gordon, Harry Kane and Bukayo Saka. For Republic of Ireland, this is their substitute bench. Mark Travers and Max O'Leary are the two goalkeepers, with Callum O'Dowda, Andrew Omobamidele, Alan Brown, Evan Ferguson, Jake O'Brien, Casey McAteer, Liam Scales, Jason Knight, Callum Robinson and Troy Parrott. Of course, 5 substitutes are allowed in this competition. England's substitutes line up as follows, with Nick Pope and Dean Henderson are your goalkeepers. Rico Lewis, John Stones, Conor Gallagher, Tino Livramento, Esri Konsa, Morgan Gibbs-White with his first England call-up, Angel Gomez, I believe that's his first England call-up too, Jared Bowen, Eberici Eze and Noni Madweki make up the England substitutes. Our referee today, all of our officials are from Spain, with Jose Maria Sanchez, age 40, from Lorca in Spain. His second job is an economist, and I'm studying macroeconomics this semester. I could do with having a chat with him. The two assistants are Inigo Prieto, Jose Naranjo. The fourth official is Juan Luis Polido Santana. And in VAR today is Juan Martinez Marena and Raul Cabanero. And those are your officials today for this game. The two captains at the centre of the field. And in terms of general meetings between the two sides, well, England have there's been 52 games. Ireland have won 5, they've drawn 12, and they have lost 35. So there's actually been a big difference. But more recent meetings have been won by the Republic of Ireland. And for England, well, they're coming off a fantastic Euros, losing in the final to Spain with a goal in the last few minutes. But Ireland, well, they're coming off a very shaky friendlies. 3-0 defeat to Portugal was their last game. The only victory they've had in the last 5 is a 2-1 home victory to Hungary. Losses to Switzerland, draws with both Belgium and New Zealand at home. So England are in their white shorts, blue socks and white shorts, blue shorts and white socks. Ireland, of course, in their green shirts, white shorts and green socks, as we are about to get ready to get this game underway here at the Aviva Stadium in Dublin. We've already had a comment in the comment section. Media, radio, jingles and gamings. Hi Paul, just watching the game and I heard that the anthems took some time to start. That's actually true. They didn't get started right away. There was some delay there. I'm not sure what the delay was, but we are about ready to get this game underway with England attacking the goal to our left. They'll get the game underway. Kobe Mainoo standing over the ball right now as England are about ready, and we're just waiting for Jose Maria Sanchez's whistle to get this Group B2 game underway for the Nations League. And it's England's first game in the Nations League after being relegated from League A. For Ireland, well, let's see if they can try and make some indentations in the Nations League this year under a new manager. And Kobe Mainoo finally gets the game underway, goes right back to Mark Gahey, just turns away there from Chidozie Ogbene, and it's picked up by Harry Maguire, who plays it into the centre circle to Mainoo. Mainoo, he was under pressure, but he did manage to find Declan Rice. Declan Rice drops the ball back there to Mark Gahey, and he gives it to Pickford. Gahey releases it to Declan Rice. Quick passing by England. Here is Mark Gahey, and he plays the ball once again back to Pickford, who's had a rather shaky start to the season for Everton. One major error in a league game recently. He's recovering from that, but still one of the world's best goalkeepers, it has to be said. And the ball is played long now by Cornwell. That's a super ball chasing out to Anthony Gordon down the left-hand side. Anthony Gordon approaches the penalty area, but there is a free kick. The referee has stopped play. I'm not sure exactly what for. I don't think the official's flag went up on the far side as we take a look at Jaime Holgrimson, the new Irish coach. It's his first game today as well, along with Lee Carsley's for England, the interim England boss. Might be interesting to see who they bring in long term, but for the time being, Lee Carsley holds the position, as Coivin Kelleher now is going to take this free kick. It's about 15 yards outside the penalty area, and he launches the ball long, right-footed, down the right-hand side, and chasing that ball is just headed on nicely there by Matt Doherty. And the cross is coming in, and was it pulled behind for a corner? No, it was kept in play as the ball goes out of play. Ogbene trying to get the cross in there on Matt Doherty's header. Ogbene there brought it down rather well, got the cross in, Somehow it was kept in play, though, by Anthony Gordon. I thought that had gone behind for a corner. Indeed, it has, in fact. They have given a corner. And it's going to be already some disputes here between Malumbi and Jack Grealish. The corner is going to be taken now down this right-hand side. And it's going to be taken by Robbie Brady. And already in the middle there, looking to make a nuisance of himself, is Sammy Schmodix. We know he can get goals. We've seen that in the Championship for Blackburn Rovers. And already for Ipswich Town, he's starting to make a name for himself in the Premier League as Robbie Brady swings that cross in. It's just headed away on a free header there. Oh, and it's headed over the crossbar by Casey McAteer. By Jason Malumbi, I should say. He was inside the 6-yard box, and honestly, that really should have been 1-0 to Ireland. Jason Malumbi, a gilt-edged chance there. They didn't pick him up on the back post, and England, well, they're fortunate still to be on parity here. And the goal kick is now going to be taken by Jordan Pickford, as England, the ball is played out by Pickford. Chasing this one down on the far side is Trent Alexander-Arnold. Gives the ball to Mainoo. Mainoo's ball back to Trent Alexander-Arnold is poor, and it's cleared out of play. That time it's going to be a throw-in for England. Mike says it'd be interesting to see how Grealish and Maguire play today after missing out on the Euros. Well, that might be an interesting topic for discussion amongst England fans. The throw-in is to be taken by Robbie Brady, former Burnley and Norwich player. And Robbie Brady is looking at, this is a long throw by Brady, in fact. And he's applying his trade at Preston North End these days. As that ball goes out of play again, this time run out of play by Jason Malumbi, and it's going to be a throw into England midway inside their own half of the field, and it's thrown back to Mark Gahey. Gahey drops the ball back to the goalkeeper, Jordan Pickford, just taking his time and releases it here to Levi Colwell. Colwell under pressure there from Matt Doherty, and it goes out of play for a throw-in to England, and Levi Colwell will take it. He just throws it back to Harry Maguire. Colwell will try to play the ball forward now, over the top, chasing Anthony Gordon. Cutting across there and making a good challenge there is Will Smallbone. And the ball is played forward now, but England win the ball back, and it's cleared downfield down the right-hand side. And chasing this one now is Seamus Coleman, the captain, up with Anthony Gordon. And Anthony Gordon is alleged to have fouled the Irish captain, Seamus Coleman. And it's a free kick level with the Irish penalty area down the right-hand side, down the Irish right-hand side. And it's going to be taken by the goalkeeper, Coivan Kelleher. Ireland 0, England 0. If you've just joined us, we've had just over 5 minutes gone here at the Aviva Stadium in Dublin in D4. The ball is placed long downfield, and it's just headed down that time by Mark Gahey. Under pressure there is Kobe Mainoo, but he's in fact fouled by Robbie Brady, and it's going to be a free kick to England midway inside their own half of the field. Lots of stop-starts early on in this game, but the major chance, of course, coming to Jason Malumbi. The header from about 7 yards out, almost the entire goal to aim at. And here's Grealish now for England, played forward to Bukayo Saka, but drops the ball back here now to Harry Maguire. Maguire tries to play the ball long now, and chasing this one down is Anthony Gordon. Anthony Gordon has got Seamus Coleman in front of him. He gets into the penalty area, Gordon down the left-hand side and swings the ball across. It's over Bukayo Saka's head, but it's picked up by Trent Alexander-Arnold for the header again! And it's over the crossbar, and a free header this time for England and for Harry Kane. And he heads the ball over the crossbar. That really should have been 1-0 as well. Another opportunity goes bypass. Anthony Gordon swings the cross in, goes all the way over to the far side. Swung back in first time by Trent Alexander-Arnold, and Harry Kane. Well, that's a free header. You expect someone of Kane's capability to do better there. But it's still 0-0 And England and Ireland have both escaped with gilt-edge opportunities for both sides, as that's dropped back to Seamus Coleman from Matt Doherty. And Matt Doherty, well, England now will be looking at getting a win under their belt for the first game, and certainly for Lee Carsley's sake, I should think. He certainly doesn't want to fall foul of the media or of the England fans. That's never a pleasant road to go down. As the ball goes out of play, it's going to be a throw-in. Just escaped Will Smallbone there. The throw-in is going to be taken by Trent Alexander-Arnold down that right-hand side. Is Jack Grealish fouled there? Indeed he was. The foul was by Nathan Collins, the former Burnley player and Wolves player. He's now applying his trade at Brentford. And here is Declan Rice. Declan Rice plays the ball down the right-hand side to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Pulled in the middle to Bukayo Saka, who drops the ball back to Mark Gahey. Gahey holds the ball up. Patient build-up by England. Gives the ball to Harry Kane. Harry Kane plays the ball towards Bukayo Saka, but that's well intercepted by Robbie Brady. But he gives the ball away, and Declan Rice picks it up in the middle of the park. It's dropped back to Gahey. Gahey gives the ball to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Really good ball to Jack Grealish. England have got players overlapping down the left-hand side with Levi Colwill, but Jack Grealish goes on his own. Finally releases the ball to Colwill and gives it to Anthony Gordon. Anthony Gordon plays it into Kobe Mainoo. We're midway inside the Irish half of the field here in England. And it's now back with Bukayo Saka. Here's Kobe Mainoo. Mainoo gives the ball to Levi Colwill. Colwill down this left-hand side to Jack Grealish, who just beats Matt Doherty for pace. Here's Grealish again. Gets to the corner of the penalty area. Drops it back to Anthony Gordon. Back to Gahey. And now here's Kobe Mainoo. He's got... Oh, and tries to play the ball across there. But that's a really super interception by Schmodix, who just gets the ball back to the goalkeeper. As Ireland break down that England attack. We've had almost 10 minutes gone. It is Ireland 0, England 0 at the Aviva Stadium in Dublin. Located on D4 on the south side of the Liffey. As the ball is played forward to Harry Kane. Harry Kane drops the ball back to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Alexander-Arnold just leaves the ball for Declan Rice. And he drops the ball back to Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire to Levi Colwill. Jack Grealish drops the ball back to Levi Colwill, back into his own half of the field. And here's Harry Maguire again, back to Colwill. And Maguire pulls the ball back, but he gives the ball away there to Ogbene. And now the break is on forward here for Jason Malumbi. He pulls the ball back, and it's a super save by Pickford. It breaks loose now to Ogbene inside the penalty area. Ogbene drops the ball back there to Doherty. Doherty sneaking inside the penalty area, but good work by Jack Grealish to shield it back to Jordan Pickford. But it has to be said, that was sloppy England defending there. And the ball was turned over across there to Schmodix. Schmodix got the shot away. It's a good save by Pickford. You just put it away from the danger area. But England, once again, really caught out defensively there. That's a long ball forward. And now Anthony Gordon's in. Anthony Gordon, one-on-one for England. Oh, it's a super save by Koivin Kelleher. And Anthony Gordon picks up the ball again, and it's back to Harry Kane. And now here's a chance, and it's a goal, and it's Declan Rice. Declan Rice puts England 1-0 up. It just broke into the penalty area for Declan Rice. And England get the one-goal lead here in Dublin with 11 minutes gone. It was a bit of fortune to it. But Declan Rice gives England the lead. And it started with an excellent save from Koivin Kelleher. And, well, we'll take a look at it again. It was a long ball, first of all, really, by Trent Alexander-Arnold. Anthony Gordon got through one-on-one. Super save by Koivin Kelleher. Gordon picks up his own rebound, plays the ball across. It's blocked there by Nathan Collins and just breaks out to Declan Rice. He smashes it in the top left-hand corner, making no doubt about the finish. and England are ahead by a 1-0. And Mike said he didn't celebrate after, which is interesting after all the talk. Well, we know Declan Rice is a very classy guy. He's not the sort of person to start rubbing people's faces in it. The ball is long for Ireland as they look for an equaliser now. It's all the way out on the far side to Ida. Ida is dispossessed there by Gahey. Gahey plays the ball back. Oh, it's almost a giveaway by England, and here's a chance now for Ireland. And the referee has blown a free kick and a yellow card. And the yellow card is to Kobbie Mainoo, I believe, or is it to Declan Rice? Let's take a look. I think it's Kobbie Mainoo that made that challenge. Let's take a look. Yes, it's Kobbie Mainoo that made that crunching challenge, but it's a poor touch. It's a late challenge there by Kobbie Mainoo, very late on Chidozie Ogbene, but it's going to be a free kick to Ireland, and the first yellow card of the game has gone to England. Now, Will Smallbone is standing up. Now, there's another card coming out here, or is there? And it might be for the protest, but I actually think... No, just a yellow card for Mainoo. And he'll have to be careful for the rest of this game now. The free kick is just on the left side of the D. And about, I'd say, 20 to 25 yards out. I'd say about 25 yards out. Robbie Brady is standing over it, and Will Smallbone. We both know that what they can do with free kicks, so England will have to be very careful here. And at the moment, the free kick is going to be taken, and I think it's going to be Will Smallbone, but Robbie Brady is standing over it. There's a 5-man wall there with Jack Grealish on the floor behind the wall, and we'll see what Ireland have got cooked up here. Robbie Brady just standing over the ball right now. He finally takes a few steps back. Will Smallbone is there as well. It's going to be Smallbone. He stops and stutters. It's in fact going to be Brady. Brady with a free kick. It's right into the England wall. Breaks back to Brady. England defend that very, very well. Declan Rice now coming forward. He's got Anthony Gordon overlapping. It's 4-on-2 if England can hurry. It's Declan Rice. He plays the ball to Anthony Gordon. Anthony Gordon played across. Oh, a super save by Coivan Kelleher. What an amazing save on Harry Kane. We'll come back to that in a moment, but here is Jack Grealish. Grealish back to Declan Rice. Rice tries to play the ball through there to Saka. Saka's shot is blocked. Great challenge there by Schmodic and cleared away. Chasing it now is Ida, and cutting across there is Kobbie Mainoo. But Ida keeps it in, does he? No, the referee says no. But what a super save by Coivan Kelleher. That has to be one of the best saves I have seen this season. And it's overlapping by Anthony Gordon here, who pulls the ball across. Harry Kane waiting on the 6-yard line. And what a super save by Coivan Kelleher, who just smothers that attempt by Harry Kane. And that really should have been 2-0, and we're just going to wonder whether England may look back to that. And here's Trent Alexander-Arnold, and he drops the ball back there to Mark Gahey, and we've had a lot of excitement in the first 15 minutes here at the Aviva Stadium. It's Ireland 0, England 1. And here is Bukayo Saka. And it's now across here to Levi Colwill. Colwill. Picked up here now by the number 10, Jack Grealish. Anthony Gordon drops the ball back. And that's picked up in midfield there by the number 18, Kobbie Mainoo. Gives it across there to Gahey, who drops it back to Harry Maguire inside the centre circle. Ball forward by Harry Maguire to Jack Grealish. And is Grealish fouled there? Looks like he was by the captain, Seamus Coleman. And it's going to be a free kick to England. Well, Lee Carsley has got to be happy with the start England have made, but there is a few defensive issues that could be picked up on. But the start that England have made is very, very strong. They might well have had 3 goals in this first half. Here's Colwill. And the ball is launched into the box there by Kobbie Mainoo, but it's over the head of Declan Rice. And Ireland can thank this man on your screen, Coivan Kelleher, who's made a couple of vital saves early on in this game. He drops the ball there now, launches it long downfield. And up in the air there goes Declan Rice to win that header, and headed on by Smallbone. Ogbene. Oh, good challenge there by Colwell. And it breaks loose for Bukayo Saka. And Saka drops it back to Declan Rice. Oh, that's a good ball now down this left-hand side to Levi Colwell. Colwell drops it back there to Harry Maguire. Maguire midway inside his own half of the field. It's played forward there to the number 18, Kobe Mainoo. Ireland 0, England 1. Ball is played to Trent Alexander-Arnold down the right-hand side. Just over the halfway line now is Declan Rice. There's a quick 1-2 there with Jack Grealish, who seems to have switched sides. Grealish now on the right-hand side and plays the ball back to Declan Rice, who gives the ball back to Mark Gahey, who helps it along to Harry Maguire. Well, England in the lead here in Ireland. And what have Ireland got in response to this England attack? Here's Declan Rice. Mainoo drops the ball into his own half now as Mark Gahey picks up the ball. Gives the ball across to Declan Rice. Declan Rice holding the ball up. It's down the left-hand side now to Anthony Gordon, just over the halfway line. This is good work by Anthony Gordon. He just drops the ball back to Levi Colwell. And back to Mark Gahey as England just knocking the ball about. But we've already seen early on in this game the free-flowing football and attacking football that England are well capable of, that a lot of England fans felt were missing from the Gareth Southgate regime. And here is Harry Maguire. Maguire to Levi Colwell, played forward, or just knocked on there by Jack Grealish, looking for the chase of Anthony Gordon, but it's cleared up by Seamus Coleman, and he clears the ball downfield. Under pressure there in the middle of the park there is Ida, and it's won back by Kobe Mainoo. England dominating the midfield battle at the moment. And just to see if Ireland have a response to this, to see if they can get themselves back into this game. Here is the number 15, Colwell. Kobe Mainoo into the centre circle, and it's Declan Rice now looking for options left and right. He gives the ball there to Mark Gahey as England maintaining possession here. It's almost game management by England at the moment. Here's Jack Grealish down the left hand side. He's got alongside him Anthony Gordon. He decides to go across to Kobe Mainoo. Mainoo plays the ball forward to Declan Rice. One touch to Harry Kane. Harry Kane again. It's dispossessed so this time, and Ireland can come forward. And here's Ogbene now for Ireland. Just over the halfway line. Chidozie Ogbene played into Edor. Edor plays the ball down the left-hand side to the number 7, Matt Doherty, but he's dispossessed. And England can come forward on the break now. And it's Anthony Gordon down the left-hand side who has tormented Ireland early on in this game. Anthony Gordon pulled back to the edge of the area to Grealish. Grealish tried to find Harry Kane, but that's a poor pass and intercepted well by Nathan Collins. Nathan Collins plays the ball across there to Robbie Brady. Brady, that's a good ball by Brady, but the ball goes out of play, actually, and it's going to be a throw-in. He was looking for the runner there, but was not able to find him, and the ball goes out of play. And it's certainly not what Jaime Hallgrimsson will be hoping for in this first half. Certainly didn't want to concede an early goal against England, but that looks like that's what's happened. And Harry Kane gives the ball to Maguire. Maguire plays the ball now down the left-hand side to Anthony Gordon. Anthony Gordon here now has got Doherty in front of him. Gordon plays the ball across to Kane. Kane, Grealish. Grealish just trying to turn away from Smallbone. That's good work by Grealish. He gives the ball to Kobe Mainoo. Mainoo across to Gahey. Gahey. Bukayo Saka drops the ball back to Gahey again. And now he goes all the way over to Trent Alexander-Arnold, who got an assist on that goal for England. And there is Gahey. Played forward there to Mainoo. Mainoo just drops the ball there to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Back to Declan Rice. This is good free-flowing football from England. And Rice just drops it back all the way to Gahey. Across here to Levi Colwell. Colwell to Anthony Gordon. Good touch by Gordon. It's just flicked on there. But Ireland have won the ball back with Will Smallbone. And, well, he's set off Malumbi on his way here down the right-hand side. Let's see what Ireland can do in terms of a counter-attack. Chidozie Ogbene, corner of the penalty area, right-hand side, but he's dispossessed and England can come forward, and that's a foul by Will Smallbone on Harry Kane. And we're going to have a free kick. So England lead with a 1-0 with 23 minutes gone in the first half at the Aviva Stadium in the beautiful city of Dublin. And it's the free kick is going to be taken by Harry Kane as we take a look at the brain trust on the Irish bench, looking to see how they can get their team back into this game, having already fallen a goal behind, and it really could have been worse. They had the opportunity early on, did Ireland. An early goal would have set this stadium alight, but the chance was missed by Malumbi. And here's Trent Alexander-Arnold on the halfway line. Drop back to Declan Rice inside his own half of the field. Gives the ball to Harry Maguire. Maguire now to Levi Colwell, releases the ball to Jack Grealish. He's got Ogbene in front of him. He drops the ball back there to Colwell. Colwell across to Mark Gahey. Inside the centre circle, gives the ball to Kobe Mainoo. Picked up by Declan Rice, just so you know. This is the first part of a, if you will, a two-part rivalry match. The second one is Germany versus Netherlands, coming to you on Tuesday evening, UK time, as Germany will travel to the Johan Cruyff Arena to take on the Netherlands, Ronald Koeman's Netherlands, in a League A match there. But for now, we're focusing on England. And here's Harry Maguire. The ball is played forward there to Kobe Mainoo. Mainoo holds the ball up, gives the ball to Harry Kane, under pressure from Will Smallbone. That's a good ball there now to Jack Grealish. Grealish just got Coleman in front of him. It's dropped there to Anthony Gordon. Anthony Gordon gives the ball to Mainoo. Mainoo back to Harry Kane. Oh, it's a good ball across from Harry Kane to Declan Rice. And here is Gahey. It's about 25 yards out. Good ball to Bukayo Saka. Can Bukayo Saka get the cross in here? It's pulled back to Declan Rice, but that is really well intercepted by Sammy Schmodic. A vital interception there, as that ball was going straight to Declan Rice in that position. Here's Trent Alexander-Arnold from the throw-in. England continue to camp in the Irish half of the field. And the ball is now with Mark Gahey. Cross there to Levi Colwell. Harry Kane drops the ball back there to Harry Maguire. It's a good ball by Harry Maguire, but that's a really good interception there by Schmodic again, but it breaks loose now for Declan Rice. Declan Rice gives the ball to Trent Alexander-Arnold down the right-hand side. Does a quick 1-2 with Saka. It's Declan Rice again. Here's Mainoo. Good ball back to Rice. And there's a great 1-2, and it comes back to Jack Grealish, and that's 2-0. And that really is a fantastically well-worked goal by England. That is a lesson in football if I've ever seen one. A beautiful move between Rice, Saka and Jack Grealish. And England double their lead on 26 minutes. And Lee Colsley really has got the wheel well and truly lubed and rolling at the moment for England. It is 2-0 and Carsley looks very calm about the whole thing. But England take a 2-goal lead here in Dublin. And, well, just look at that one-touch football by England between Saka and Declan Rice. And finally, the finish here by Jack Grealish, leaving Koivin Kelleher standing. That really was super football from England. We've had a Micah said, that's how to shut the haters up. Well, that might well be. But as somebody who is not an England fan commenting on this game, and I'm not an England fan, but I have to say that really was absolutely superb football. to give England 2-goal lead against Ireland, and they're coming forward now on the on the left-hand side, and it's Ida gives the ball back to Brady. Ida, he's about 35 yards out, tries to swing the ball in. Ida, Chidoni Ogbeni was unmarked in the box, but he wasn't able to find him, and now England with Jack Grealish can come forward. It's Anthony Gordon who has just absolutely made life miserable for Seamus Coleman down that left-hand side, and Gordon is tripped this time by Will Smallbone, and it's going to be a free kick to England as England continue looking for more goals. I don't think they've quite finished yet, as Anthony Gordon will just pick himself up as we've had 28 minutes gone at the Aviva Stadium. It is Ireland 0, England 2, and the Irish manager there, well, he looks frustrated, doesn't he? And well, he might. And Heimir Hallgrimsson, it was always going to be an almighty challenge for his first game in charge. As here is Declan Rice, gives the ball to Kobe Mainoo. Mainoo back to Rice. And playing the ball forward is Levi Colwell to Jack Grealish. Grealish holds the ball up and just tries to play the ball back. That's a good interception by Ogbeni, but he puts the ball out of play. And Jack Grealish is on his backside there. And he's just going to get himself onto his feet, just looking again. Ball was played for. That might have even come off Jack Grealish, actually. That might be an Ireland throw-in in the end. It's actually been given to England. And here is Mark Gahey. Gahey crossed the ball there to Declan Rice. And back to Trent Alexander-Arnold. And across there to Levi Colwell. Long ball by Colwell, looking for the chasing Anthony Gordon, but just seeing that ball back was Matt Doherty to Coivin Kelleher, who releases the ball long downfield, but only as far as Mark Gahey, who plays it across the line to the number 6, Harry Maguire. And Maguire gives the ball back to Kobe Mainoo. Kobe Mainoo across there to Mark Gahey, who goes all the way back to the goalkeeper, Jordan Pickford, from inside the centre circle. But here is Harry Maguire, gives the ball to Colwell. Colwell plays the ball forward, looking for Anthony Gordon again. That's intercepted by Seamus Coleman, but I don't think he was able to keep the ball in play. And it's going to be a throw into England. Well, almost half an hour gone. And Heimir Hallgrimsson looks bemused a little bit right now. Well, he might. This has been a sparkling performance by England in the first half. And there's Declan Rice, plays the ball across to Trent Alexander-Arnold. And it's now with Kobe Mainoo. Lifts the ball over the top, looking for Bukayo Saka. And this is good work by Robbie Brady, just getting back there and clearing the ball away. But it's intercepted and won there by Schmodix, and finally cleared away by Smallbone. But only as far as Kobe Mainoo. Mainoo now cutting across the middle of the park. Kobe Mainoo. It's 81% possession for England in this first half. That just gives you some idea of how this game has gone. Here's Trent Alexander-Arnold to try to find the through ball. I think he was looking for the run from Harry Kane, but instead it just goes straight through to Coivin Kelleher, who releases it to Matt Doherty. Doherty to Ogbeni. Ogbeni just cutting back further inside his own half under the pressure there of Levi Colwell. And it's a free kick for the foul on Ogbeni by Colwell. And the free kick is just inside the Irish half of the field, towards the right-hand side. Will Smallbone is standing over it, but in fact it's actually just taken super quickly by Jason Molombi. I'm sorry. Get my words out of my mouth. Kobe Mainoo just plays the ball across there. And picked up by Trent Alexander-Arnold, who releases the ball there to Declan Rice. That is a really good ball now to Trent Alexander-Arnold again. And he gets the cross in, but that ball is out of play, and it's going to be a goal kick. And, you see Nathan Collins shaking his head there. It's been a tiring first half for the Irish. They spent most of the first half chasing the ball and struggling to get the ball off England. Ball kick is going to be taken now by Coivin Kelleher. the Liverpool backup goalkeeper. I often wonder, looking at Coivin Kelleher, I've always been impressed with him, and I often wonder why he chooses to remain back up at Liverpool. I think he would get in a lot of first teams, to be honest. I think he's a very good goalkeeper. Here's Ogbene down the right-hand side. Ogbene gets the cross in. Oh, it's just tried to be headed on there by Ida, but he's only able to direct that wide. He had a bit of space there, though, and it goes behind for a goal kick. Overlapping there, but Ogbene choosing not to play the pass to Doherty. Instead, he launched the cross in for Ida. He just wasn't able to get his head behind it and over it to direct it. And it's behind as Jordan Pickford will just drop the ball here now and just takes a short one to Harry Maguire. Half time, we'll have Mike with you for a short period of time before we take a break, but England will be very happy with this first half. Malumbi just knocks the ball across there. It's now back with Seamus Coleman. Nearly showed a bit too much of it to Anthony Gordon there. And Ida tries to bring the ball under control, but loses it to Kobe Mainoo. And he gives the ball to Bukayo Saka. Saka, really good ball there to Jack Grealish. Grealish has got overlapping there is Declan Rice. Inside the penalty area, chance is Anthony Gordon. But that's a good piece of defending by Nathan Collins. And perhaps a deserved bit of luck as the ball deflects kindly to Coivin Kelleher. But that's a really good challenge by Nathan Collins here. Just gets across on Anthony Gordon. Good work by him. And the ball is long downfield, but only really as far, goes right into the corner. Coming out of his goal to get it is Jordan Pickford. And Pickford releases the ball to Harry Maguire. Maguire just now plays the ball to Levi Colwill down the left-hand side. It's dropped back to Maguire. We've had almost 35 minutes gone. We've got 10 to go till half-time. It's Ireland 0, England 2. In a dominating first-half display by England, it has to be said. As Jack Grealish now picks up the ball. As we are seeing the full tricks of this England talent that they have, which really, it has to be said, is among the world's best. It's for England, they have not been able to pick up a major trophy. Some would attribute that to more negative tactics from the former manager Gareth Southgate, but we're certainly not seeing that today. And here is Harry Maguire, gives the ball to Levi Colwill. Colwill plays the ball forward to Jack Grealish. Grealish just cuts inside, gives the ball to Kobe Mainoo. Mainoo to Trent Alexander-Arnold, just inside the centre circle. Good ball forward back to Grealish. Grealish just turns away from Malumbi, and he plays the ball down the right-hand side there to Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka cuts inside, gives the ball there to to Kobe Mainoo. Trent Alexander-Arnold back to Mainoo, and it's now back with Gahey. Gahey holds the ball up, and it's with Declan Rice. Declan Rice down the right-hand side, and Trent Alexander-Arnold, and it's back with Gahey again. Back with Colwill, and here's Anthony Gordon. Anthony Gordon down the left now, just trying to get away from Matt Doherty. Just turns and pulls away from Doherty and gives it back to Jack Grealish. It's Anthony Gordon again, sets off Bukayo Saka on his way. Bukayo Saka trying to get the cross in the end, he only manages to pull it back to Will Smallburn, who just clears the ball downfield over the halfway line. And Mark Gahey will just pick that ball up at his leisure. As England with the 2-goal lead here. And it's with Jack Grealish on the halfway line. Grealish just holds the ball up. Gives the ball to Gahey. Gahey across to Trent Alexander-Arnold. And its ball is played long, looking for Declan Rice, and just dealt well with that was Dara O'Shea, the former Burnley player. Well, England are looking at trying to increase their lead at the moment, but we'll see how Ireland defend this corner, as it's going to be taken on the right-hand side by Trent Alexander-Arnold. It's actually Bukayo Saka indeed who takes it, in fact. And he is going to swing this one in. England loading the penalty area and the 6-yard box. Saka swings it in. The heads go up. It's actually won by Malumbi up in the air. Headed on again by Schmodix. Trying to bring that ball down is Matt Doherty. And he only clears it as far as Mark Gahey. And Gahey will just pull that ball back into his own half and play the ball again to Bukayo Saka. He's off down the right-hand side. Bukayo Saka pulls it back to Kobe Mainoo. Mainoo across there to Grealish, just outside the centre circle in the Irish half of the field. Here's Trent Alexander-Arnold. Gives the ball to Anthony Gordon, just moving into the middle for the moment is Gordon. He now heads off to the left-hand side with the ball and plays it back to Mainoo. Mainoo drops it back to Harry Maguire. Ireland 0, England 2. We've got about 7 minutes to go until half-time. And right now it's looking like England in firm control of this game. It's now back with Harry Maguire, just inside his own half of the field. Plays the ball to Levi Colwell down the left, but Levi Colwell only finds Jason Malumbi. And he goes all the way back to the number 2, Seamus Coleman. Goes back to the goalkeeper, Koivin Kelleher. It's a poor clearance by Kelleher, under pressure, mind you. And here's Bukayo Saka now down the right-hand side. Corner of the penalty area by Saka. Swung into Harry Kane. Oh, good work there by Koivin Kelleher, just getting across. Harry Kane now just fisting that ball away. And finally, it's cleared away there by Matt Doherty. England coming forward again, though, with Harry Kane. And this time there is a foul by Matt Doherty. And it's going to be a free kick to England. But good work again by the Irish goalkeeper, Koivin Kelleher. As you can see here, the cross coming in. Harry Kane going for it, but that's a really brave piece of goalkeeping. Just getting across there and pushing that ball away from the head of Harry Kane. And free kick. Sorry, not the free kick. We're just waiting to get the game back underway. No, there is just a stoppage in play now. The free kick is in fact going to be taken. And it's going to be the number 2 for England, I think, Trent Alexander-Arnold, who's going to take this one. Right in front of those England fans behind that goal. It's Trent Alexander-Arnold swings the ball in, looking for the head of Declan Rice, but it's just over his head, and it goes behind for a goal kick. Well, England have just dominated possession in this first half, over 80%. That is extremely dominant, as the ball is cleared forward and headed down there by Harry Maguire. And he's headed it down there to the number 18 there, Kobe Mainoo. He gives it to Jack Grealish. Grealish across to Declan Rice. Declan Rice has got his Arsenal teammate Bukayo Saka alongside him. And here's Bukayo Saka now trying to get away from Schmodix. Good ball by Bukayo Saka there. Back to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Long ball by Alexander-Arnold over the head of Anthony Gordon. And it goes behind for a goal kick. And you can see there, Lee Carsley. It might be interesting to hear what he's got to say at half-time in this first half, as we're rapidly approaching that. Got about 4 minutes left in the first half there, as we take a look at the England fans, who of course are in good spirits right now, enjoying their afternoon in the beautiful city of Dublin, and headed down there by Jason Malumbi. Will Smallborn picks up the ball, gives it to Ida to Ogbenny. Ogbenny now down the right-hand side. He's got options with Matt Doherty there, but he's under pressure here by Anthony Gordon, is Ogbenny, and he's being forced back. He finally turns away from Anthony Gordon and plays the ball to Jason Malumbi. Malumbi on the far side to Brady. Can he get the crossing? Oh, that's a really, really good block by Bukayo Saka. He was fouled there, but the referee says play on. It's a break on for England, and it's 3-on-4 if they hurry. Here's Jack Grealish. Good ball to Harry Kane. Inside the penalty area now is Kane. Oh, he tries to get the shot away, but that's a really good challenge by Seamus Coleman, stopping Harry Kane in his way there. Good challenge. The Irish T-sock that we saw earlier on was Michael Higgins. I remember the name was on the tip of my teeth, Mike. It was, and I was trying to remember because he was in politics when I lived there, and I just couldn't remember his name. But yes, he was the man that was shaking the hands of both the England and Irish players before the beginning of the game. Thanks for that, Mike. And it's going to be a corner to England, and Trent Alexander-Arnold is going to take it. He's going to swing this one in from the left-hand side, and Trent Alexander-Arnold now he's just looking to, he may be going for a short one here. No, he goes for it into the box. It's just headed on by Kobe Mainoo, and it comes to the edge of the area to Jack Grealish, and here's Anthony Gordon. Anthony Gordon holds the ball up, giving back to Grealish. Grealish, he's already scored once today. Oh, his ball is poor, and Jason Malumbi can come away with it now. He almost showed a little bit too much of it there to Bukayo Saka, who's down injured. And now England play on, and it's Trent Alexander-Arnold. Trent Alexander-Arnold played into the middle there, but it's going to be picked up by Nathan Collins and cleared away. Actually, that was not Bukayo Saka, that was Mark Gahey, I'm sorry. And the ball is down the right-hand side now, and Ireland storming into the penalty area. It's a long cross, but it's over the head of everybody by Adam Eder, and that was a shame because England were caught cold there. And the cross coming in again by Doherty, and this time England have their full allotted defence back there, and it's Coleman just plays the ball across to Brady. Brady will launch the ball into the box again, and it's headed out there by Gahey, who goes down again, who's still feeling the effects of that injury. And a challenge there by Schmodix on Anthony Gordon, and that is late. We might see a yellow card here because you look at this, it was so late, it was right in the back of the leg. I have to say, I'll be surprised if we don't see a yellow card on that one. But it was very, very late there, and it is a yellow card for Schmodix, as Ireland have their first player taken in the referee's notebook, and it's Sammy Schmodix, who is fluent goal scorer. He's very dangerous, and England will have to watch him. And here is Gahey now, still trying to really run off that knock that he's just picked up. And he goes back to the goalkeeper, Jordan Pickford. Pickford releases it to Mainoo, who goes back to the goalkeeper again. 2-0 to England as we approach stoppage time at the end of this first half. As here's Mainoo, plays the ball forward to Harry Kane, drops it back to Mainoo. And here's Declan Rice, good ball over to the left-hand side to Levi Colwell. Levi Colwell has got Anthony Gordon in front of him. Gordon now coming forward. Gives the ball to Grealish. Grealish just knocks it on really, really well there to Trent Alexander-Arnold. And it's Levi Colwell again. We have 1 minute of added time for official Juan Luis Peludo Santana, giving the 1 minute at the end of this first half. There's not been a lot of stoppages, not long stoppages anyway, been a few short stoppages, but nothing really. I think 1 minute is probably adequate. Here is Trent Alexander-Arnold, just inside his own half for England. He's just standing on the ball now. It's almost like a training session, this, for England. Trent Alexander-Arnold, under pressure from Will Smallbum, plays it back to Gahey. Gahey to Declan Rice, as England just managing out the half now. Here's Trent Alexander-Arnold. And that's it. That is half-time at the Aviva Stadium. And England have been all over Ireland in this first half. An early chance for Jason Malumbi nearly gave Ireland a one-goal lead. But England capitalised on the chances with Declan Rice scoring on 12 minutes, rifling the ball into the top left-hand corner. And a brilliant move involving Declan Rice, Bukayo Saka, and finally Jack Grealish, who just stroked the ball into Cloyven Kelleher's right-hand corner. At half-time here, it's Ireland 0, England 2, and back to you, Mike.
Thank you very much, Paul, for an excellent first half coverage. it was written in the stars it was going to be Declan Rice and Jack Grealish to score England's goals in that first half, wasn't it? But I'm going to let you go and take a break. But in the meantime, we've got some latest scores and some full-time scores from earlier. In the UEFA Nations League, it's currently Georgia 1, Czech Republic 0. That's half-time. And Ukraine and Albania from that group kicks off at 7:45. Moldova are currently 2-0 up against Malta at half-time. Of course, this one here, Republic of Ireland 0, England 2 is half-time as well now. Greece and Finland from the same group kicks off at 7:45, as does for the two games from Group 3, Germany and Hungary, and the Netherlands against Bosnia. Also in Group 4, there's currently games between the Faroe Islands and North Macedonia. That's just finished actually 1-1, and Armenia are beating Latvia 2-1 at half-time. In the English Football League, a lot of the games fell by the wayside due to international call-ups, including Burton and Crawley, Exeter, Birmingham, Huddersfield, Blackpool, Lincoln, Northampton, Wigan, Stevenage, and Wickham and Mansfield as well. But the remaining games that did take place, Barnsley beat Bristol Rovers by 2-1. Wrexham were top of the league with a 3-0 victory at home to Shrewsbury. And it was Charlton 1, Rotherham 1 in League 1 there as well. In League 2 was Barrow 1, Swindon 1, Bradford 2, Carlisle 1, Cheltenham 1, Harrogate Town 0, Chesterfield 2, Grimsby Town 1, Colchester and Bromley played out a 1-1 draw. Crewe 1, Morecambe 0, Doncaster 1, Gillingham 0. Fleetwood and Salford fell by the wayside. I think that was due to international call-ups. MK Dons defeated Walsall by 1-0. Port Vale went to Newport and were victorious by 4-1. And Notts County beat Accrington 2-0. Tranmere and Wimbledon was postponed as well. In the English National League, Altrincham were 4-0 victors over Ebbsfleet. Braintree and Woking played out a 0-0 draw. Eastleigh defeated Tamworth by 1-0. There was a 7-goal thriller at Fylde. It was Fylde 3 at Yeovil 4. Gateshead beat Barnet by 2-0. Hartlepool 0, Halifax 0. Maidenhead United 1, Dagenham and Redbridge 1. Oldham 1, Southend United 1. Solihull Moors 0, Forest Green Rovers 1. Sutton United 0, Boston 3. There was also a score there. Wellstone 0, York 2, and Aldershot 0, Rochdale 1 is currently ongoing. That's 17 minutes played. And there are some international friendlies a little bit later as well. Also, there's women's football. Arsenal are playing Rosenborg at 7:30 there in the Women's Champions League. Match cancelled was Football Union of Russia against Thailand. And there's a game between the USA and Canada, one that Paul might be keeping an eye over a little bit later at 9 o'clock. And also there's some games in the African Cup of Nations qualifiers too. And it was Mauritania 0, Botswana 0, Nigeria 1, Benin 0. They're two half-time scores, as is Cameroon 0, Namibia 0. That's the latest score as well. And we'll leave it at that in terms of the updates. We've got a comment in the comment section as well from Media, Radio, Jingles and Gaming. Hello, Mike, as well. Nice to hear you back on the channel. Thank you very much. Back on the channel a year older as well after celebrating my birthday on Wednesday. Now turned 37. And as Russ says, Russ tends to say I don't look a day over 21. So thank you, Russ, if you're tuning in for that. But, you know, it's always nice to get those compliments. Of course, this game here now we're gonna focus on Ireland 0, England 2 is the latest score, and it was Declan Rice on the score sheet with that brilliant goal to give England the lead. I think it's going to show it here on the replay now. It started out from the back. It's Trent Alexander-Arnold just playing a through ball there to Anthony Gordon, who's impressed me a lot throughout this first half. Well saved there from Kelleher. Gordon gets it back and then plays it across to Harry Kane. His shot gets blocked, and then Declan Rice just smashes that into the top corner. So that was a great goal there from England, starting from the back, and I'm sure Lee Carsley will be delighted with that. Just looking here, Anthony Gordon was completely free. The Irish didn't track him at all, and it was a good save at first from the goalkeeper there, Kelleher. Then he knocks it back into Kane. His shot was blocked, and then Declan Rice just smashed it into the top corner from that angle there. That looks amazing, by the way, as well. Putting his thumbs up to the fans there and just saying, okay, I'm not going to celebrate. Jack Grealish, on the other hand, did celebrate, the man who got England's second goal. And that's what that's put England in control here at half-time. Ireland had a couple of chances as well, as Paul mentioned. Jordan Pickford had to be alert on a couple of occasions and did everything he had to do with those attempts from Ireland. But it's going to see the second goal here again now. Bukayo Saka involved, Declan Rice involved as well, sorry, I should say. Kobe Mainoo involved there. And it's lovely one-touch football from England. And then Jack Grealish just sweeps it into the bottom corner. And that was a lovely goal from the Manchester City man. Of course, we said earlier that Jack Grealish might have a point to prove on the back of not featuring in the Euros for England. And maybe Anthony Gordon's got a bit of a point to prove for not featuring too much in the Euros as well, because he went with England but didn't really get as much game time as a lot of us would have wanted. But Jack Grealish and Anthony Gordon both impressive in that first half, as is Declan Rice as well. Thank you very much for the late birthday greetings as well, much appreciated. But of course, very kind of you there. But yeah, Jack Grealish's goal just sweeps that one into the bottom corner there, and it's a lovely goal. And England's really in control as well from there. I think they fully deserve to be ahead by the 2-goal margin, and it does feel very much that England Ireland would have to do an awful lot to get anything from this game now. Excuse me. And England are really in control. They did have a chance here from this corner. It was whipped in. There's a free header. I think this might have even been at 0-0. Just having a look here who it was, but probably should have scored, actually, to be honest. And Jack Grealish there caught in possession on this occasion as well. And Ireland, as I was saying, Ireland have had their moments, but Jordan Pickford's been very alert on all of those occasions, and maybe that's where England have got to be a little bit careful, because if Ireland do get the next goal, it could be more of a game than England really need here. And if England get the next goal, then they could really go into the Finland game on Tuesday, 4 or 5 goals to the good, and then obviously come back to England, go to Wembley for that Finland game, get the job done there as well, and then be in a real good position with the opening 2 fixtures played. If England were to throw this one away, it'd be absolutely disastrous based on that first half. Just let us know if you're back with us, Paul, as well. Be good to get your thoughts on that first half from England if you are there. I'm not sure. I think Paul's still AFK for a moment, just getting himself a cup of tea or a bite to eat or something. But I think we're going to have second half action very, very soon anyway. Of course, we have had some other games that took place over the last few days. And, Paul is back. And, Paul, we have to touch on it. Of course, San Marino got themselves their first victory in about 20 years, wasn't it? Their first ever competitive international victory with a 1-0 win over Liechtenstein. Was it yesterday, day before yesterday, I think it was. We have to touch on that. Fantastic for San Marino to get that victory under their belt. Oh. Are you there, Paul? Can't hear you if you're there. But I was just saying, just let me know if you are there. Just pop yourself off of mute. Maybe you left it on mute for a sec, but I can't hear you. I was just asking you regarding the San Marino result. Obviously, they won their first ever competitive game with that 1-0 win over Liechtenstein. That's a fantastic moment for them, isn't it? For the San Marinese sort of national team there.
Hello?
Now I can, yeah. It was very,
Okay.
very quiet before if you were talking. I don't know why, but yeah, just talking about San Marino there just for a second. Obviously, it was great for them to get their first ever victory competitively, wasn't it? Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was an amazing result. Obviously, their first competitive victory. Their last victory was a friendly against the same team. But this is a fantastic achievement for San Marino. And you can't help but smile. You can't help but feel happy for them, because how these players say, so these are players that the rest of the world and all these $1 million players can look at. These guys love playing the game. They're part-timers. They love playing the game, and they may get hammered game in and game out. And you just can't help but feel warm. You can't help but feel warm for the fact that they've got their first victory. You know, these guys love the game. They're not like the players that are paid 80 to 100 grand a week. These guys love the game.
Yeah, most definitely. And there was a few other games of note as well. Scotland were beaten 3-2 against Poland. And that, of course, was that yesterday? I think it may have been. Let's have a look whether it was yesterday or the day before. France were surprisingly beaten by Italy as well, with Calafiori going off injured. Wales and Turkey was 0-0. Also, Northern Ireland played a couple of days ago as well. I'm trying to find their result. I think they won, though. Just trying to find what day it was on. It was on, I think it was on the same day that Scotland played on Thursday. They beat Luxembourg by 2-0. And the Euro holders, Spain, were held to a 0-0 draw by Serbia as well.
I watched that game. Serbia could have won it too.
Could they really? I didn't see that one. Just some scores of note there. And of course, I'm sure you'll be watching the Germany game a little bit later as well.
Yeah, once I'm done here, I'll be watching the Germany game, and we've got Germany's game on Tuesday against the Netherlands in the second part of our rivalry on the Nations League, our rivalry matches. So we hope you'll join us for that one. That's on Tuesday evening, 19:45 UK time. If you're in Central Europe, it's 20:45.
And of course, we've got some comments here in the comment section. Both scorers for England, Rice and Grealish, both played for Ireland at youth level. So it's quite impressive to see them both score the 2 goals against their old team in the first half. Yeah, 100%. History in the making for San Marino. Not won a game for 20 years. Massive moment for the players and staff involved. And remember, they're not full-time professionals. So it's a sensational win for them, being part-timers who also have other jobs as well. Yeah, 100%. They're media, radio, jingles and gaming. Absolutely right. And I think the two nations are going to be coming back out in a minute. But before I hand back to you to talk us through the second half, thoughts on that first half? England pretty much in control of that, and Ireland have got the work cut out now, haven't they, to the second half?
Yeah, it doesn't look great on Gareth Southgate seeing England play like this, does it? I mean, this is a free-flowing England performance, the likes of which I haven't seen England play like that for a very, very long time. And it's when I watched that football in the first half, I was mesmerised at it, because Ireland do not have bad players. They have got some really, really good players, but England went into them, and they were merciless in that first half. They could have had 5. They could have had 5 if it wasn't for the goalkeeper. So I don't know what the Irish manager there, Hallgrimsson's going to say at half time to his players. What do you say? I mean, this is
they may have to look at using the bench as well, and potentially looking at maybe going to the substitutes bench, bringing on a few fresh faces. Maybe there'll be some changes for them at half time. But it looks like we're going to be getting back underway any second now. So without further ado, we're going to hand back to Paul James for second half coverage.
Thanks, Mike. Really appreciate that. And Ireland are coming out for the second half right now. There's Ogbenny. We're just going to take a quick look to see if we have any substitutions at half time. I'd actually be quite surprised if Ireland don't make 1 or 2, but I don't suppose England will, given the way that they're playing. And you take a look at Jack Grealish in that first half, just as a focus on him for a moment, he was absolutely magnificent. Just controlled that midfield all on his own, really. Well, there's no substitutions from either side in the first half, and to get us back underway, Ireland will be attacking the goal to our left in the second half, as Will Smallbone is standing over this. We're just waiting now for Jose Maria Sanchez's whistle. Mr. Sanchez will get us allow the game to get underway in a moment. He's just making sure that just doing his final checks, and finally, I hope. Here we go. The second half is underway, and it goes all the way back there to Nathan Collins, who goes long there, just winning the ball there. Is Trent Alexander-Arnold, headed on that time by the number 4 there, Dara O'Shea, and it just goes all the way back through to Jordan Pickford. We'll just give you the lineups as they were. Coivin Kelleher, Brady, Dara O'Shea, Nathan Collins, Seamus Coleman, Sammy Schmoddix, Will Smallbone, Jason Malumbi, Matt Doherty, Adamida and Chidozie Ogbene. But here comes England again with Anthony Gordon just trying to get the cross in, but that is good defending by Matt Doherty. And within the first minute of the second half, England have another corner, and for them it's Pickford, Colwell, Gahey, Maguire, Alexander-Arnold, Grealish, Rice, Mainu, Gordon, Kane and Saka. So the second half underway now, and Ireland already on the back foot with a corner to England. And loading up the 6-yard box there is Gahey, and Anthony Gordon are in there. Trent Alexander-Arnold swings across in, and all that Rice is pulled over there, and England are appealing for a penalty, and it's going to be a goal kick. Maybe they felt Rice went down too easily. There was certainly contact there. Let's take a look. It's actually Harry Maguire. He's got his hands all over him as Ogbene, but I think if you look at this, you probably find that a big man like Harry Maguire should not be going down under that challenge from Chidozie Ogbene. I actually agree with the referee's decision looking at it on the replay as the ball is cleared downfield. Up in the air there to win that ball is Mark Gahey. And now here's Kobbie Mainoo. Nice play by Mainoo. Plays it back to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Back to the goalkeeper, Jordan Pickford, who's going to launch this ball downfield, is he? He plays it short to Alexander-Arnold. Back to Gahey. Gahey clears the ball long, but that's good work by Nathan Collins. But trying to nip in and win the ball back is Bukayo Saka. Finally, Adamida goes crashing in there and launches the ball all the way back to Coivin Kelleher. Kelleher just clears the ball across the penalty area to the captain, Seamus Coleman, and it goes all the way back to Kelleher again. Kelleher launches the ball downfield, up in the air there, trying to win that ball is Colwell, and it's cleared away there by Harry Maguire. Chasing this one is Jack Grealish. Nathan Collins just coming across to try to head that ball out of play. It doesn't quite make it. Mainoo gets across to win that ball back. It's now with Harry Maguire just inside his own half of the field. He takes it all the way back here. He's now midway inside his own half of the field, and he gives the ball now to Mainoo. Mainoo just holds the ball and gives it to Mark Gahey. Gahey just plays the ball down the down the right-hand side to Declan Rice, and it's back with Gahey. Harry Kane now drops the ball back to Gahey again, who seems to have run off that knock that he picked up in the first half. Pickford releases the ball to Maguire. Maguire and across to Colwell. Colwell forward to Anthony Gordon. Gordon drops back to Mainoo. Mainoo to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Trent Alexander-Arnold may go long here. Let's see what he's looking at. Options left and right. That's a good ball. Flicked on nicely by Declan Rice to Kane, who gives it back to Harry Kane. And Kane is dispossessed now, and that's good work there by Nathan Collins. He gives the ball to Sammy Schmoddix, and Schmoddix gives the ball to Brady, but I just wonder whether he ran that out of play there. But has he? Well, no, the referee says play on. It looks like he might have just kept it in, but England have possession back. It's Trent Alexander-Arnold, and he gives the ball to Kobbie Mainoo, just over the halfway line. Good ball to Grealish. Grealish putting down the right-hand side this time. Gives the ball back to Declan Rice, as England just knocking the ball out around at the moment. Very much like a training session here. And here's Maguire. Gives the ball to Mainoo. Back to Gahey. Trent Alexander-Arnold. And good work by Jack Grealish down there to Declan Rice. He gives the ball to his Arsenal compatriot there, Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka cuts inside, gives the ball to Grealish. And, that's a foul on Trent Alexander-Arnold, surely by Will Smallbone. Will Smallbone has had a few of these now and has seemed to have escaped the punishment of the referee. I'm counting 4 now by Will Smallbone. But no further action again taken by the official. And the free kick is going to be taken probably by Trent Alexander-Arnold himself, as he's just nursing that foot there just to make sure he's okay. It is Trent Alexander-Arnold. He's probably just going to lift this one into the penalty area. It's about 35 yards out, almost centre. Swung in that time. There's Maguire with the header. It's headed out that time by Darragh O'Shea as far as Ogbonne, but Ogbonne is dispossessed, and Anthony Gordon now wins the ball back and drops the ball back to Colwell. Colwell back to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Good ball to Declan Rice. Declan Rice tries to play a nice through ball there for Bukayo Saka, but he played it far too close to Darragh O'Shea. Darragh O'Shea plays the ball now to Robbie Brady. Brady plays the ball long, but there's nobody there, and that is disappointing, really, as far as Ireland are concerned. It's just picked up now by Trent Alexander-Arnold, but at the moment, Ireland are just giving the ball back to England. And here is Kobbie Mainoo. Mainoo gives the ball to Declan Rice as England comes storming forward once again. Declan Rice has got Anthony Gordon on the left. He tries to find him there. He goes a good ball to Anthony Gordon. Overlapping is Grealish. Tries to get the cross in there, Grealish, but he holds the ball up instead. It was initially blocked by Matt Doherty. And here's Mainoo. Mainoo. Alexander-Arnold. Back to Mainoo again. And Alexander-Arnold has the ball back. And here's Maguire down the left-hand side. Anthony Gordon has got Doherty in front of him. Doherty holds the ball up there to Saka. Saka there. Oh, it's a nice ball by Mainoo. And Mainoo now just trying to skip inside the Irish defence, but that's really, really good work that time by Seamus Coleman. Just blocking that out, and it's cleared away by Kelleher, only as far as Harry Maguire, who heads the ball forward, and it's brought down by Will Smallbone. Gives the ball to Ogbene. Oh, this is good work by Ogbene, keeping possession, shielding the ball away from Harry Kane. Ogbene drops the ball back to Nathan Collins. Collins holds the ball up there, and it's a really nice pass there down to Darragh O'Shea, and Robbie Brady just plays the ball forward, looking for Schmodix, but it's way too far for Sammy Schmodix to catch up. We've had 7 minutes gone in the second half. It is Ireland 0, England 2, and Ireland now beginning to warm up their substitutes, as I just wasn't sure. I can only swear to one of those, and that was Jake O'Brien, who's currently warming up for the Irish. And the ball is down the right-hand side now to Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka cuts into the penalty area. This is good work by Saka. Gets ahead of Darragh O'Shea, but Robbie Brady makes the block there and puts it behind for a corner to England. But good defending by Robbie Brady. And the corner is down the right-hand side, as England looking to add to their 2-goal lead. And I'm just going to see who's going to swing this one in. It's going to be Bukayo Saka from the right-hand side. Anthony Gordon on the back post, just behind Kelleher, as he looks to find an England head here. Harry Kane is in there. Declan Rice is in there. Harry Maguire in there, of course. The cross comes in. It's headed out there by Ida as far as Ogbene. Ogbene being closed down by Declan Rice and Harry Kane. Ogbene tries to play the ball forward, but it's comfortably picked up by Jack Grealish, who's been just about everywhere in this game so far. Ireland have an injured player down. It's the captain, Seamus Coleman, and we have a stoppage in play. While we've got this stoppage in play, I'll just bring you up to date with some scores from the Nations League. Georgia 2, Czech Republic 0. Greece versus Finland, which is the other two teams in this group, and Ukraine and Albania kick off at 12:45 UK time. Sorry, not 12:45, 7:45 UK time, I'm sorry. Faroe Islands 1, North Macedonia 1 is a full-time result, and Armenia 3, Latvia 1. Also this evening in League A, it is Germany versus Hungary at 12:45, new era for Germany, of course. with Neuer, Kroos, Gundogan and Muller all retiring. And Netherlands versus Bosnia and Herzegovina at 7:45 starting at the same time in that group. And that is Nations League Group A3. Well, the Irish physio is on now for Seamus Coleman. We've got a bit of a stoppage in play here. Might as well bring you some other scores. African Cup of Nations qualifiers. Cameroon 0, Namibia 0, Mauritania 0, Botswana 0, and Nigeria 1, Benin 0. It's also scores coming in as we just take a look at Coleman receiving the knock there off Harry Maguire. Just looks like Harry Maguire went into the back of Coleman, and Coleman is the worse off for it. And tomorrow's games in the Nation League, it's 9 altogether. Denmark versus Serbia, Croatia versus Poland, Portugal versus Scotland, and Switzerland versus Spain, all from League A. In League C, Luxembourg and Belarus lock horns, along with Bulgaria versus Northern Ireland, Slovakia versus Azerbaijan, and Sweden versus Estonia. With League D with Gibraltar and Liechtenstein. And the next action you can catch on the Nations League on the Commentary Hub is Tuesday from the Johan Cruyff Arena in Amsterdam, as two age-old rivals lock horns between the Netherlands and Germany in Group A3. As we are now about to see Jake O'Brien coming on for Ireland. And it's going to be for the captain Seamus Coleman, but also there is also coming on Jason Knight as well. So O'Brien for Coleman. So Coleman is off. And Doherty for Knight. So double change for the Irish. Matt Doherty and Seamus Coleman go off. And on in their place is Jake O'Brien and Jason Knight. Jake O'Brien wearing 12, Jason Knight wearing 17. It looks like a very unpleasant knock there for Coleman as he goes limping off to what has been a very disappointing afternoon for him. As the ball is cleared now, back underway with Coivin Kelleher clearing the ball downfield, and Levi Colwell just coming in to get into the middle of that. Chibeni over that one, and just winning that ball back is the substitute O'Brien. It's launched into the penalty area looking for Adam Eder, and it's cleared up there by Mark Gahey. Jake O'Brien is the substitute. The other one, of course, Jason Knight, as here's Brady. Brady drops the ball back there to Darragh O'Shea. Darragh O'Shea, long ball over to the far side, and that's a superb pass to Ogbene. Now Ogbene attacking the penalty area. Pull back, real chance. Oh, and the shot is just wide from number 21, Sammy Schmodics. He will look at that as being a chance. Ogbene just picked him out there, pulls the ball back. It's almost level with the penalty area, and it just whips wide of the post, and it's only just wide of Jordan Pickford's goal, but that was a very, very close chance. And it's the first time, really, that Ireland have had anything at the goal since that chance early on, which Malumbi missed. But that was a warning sign fired across the England bow that this game is not over yet. Harry Maguire plays the ball now to Colwell. Colwell drops the ball back. And it's Gahey. Gahey just picks the ball up and gives the ball there to Declan Rice. Declan Rice drops the ball back to Gahey. Across to Harry Maguire. Maguire. Back there to the number 2 for England, Trent Alexander-Arnold. That's a super long ball. Right across to Anthony Gordon. And he's got Ogbene in front of him. Gordon just trying to get past Ogbene. He just checks back. And he's probably going to drop the ball back to Colwell again. He gives it to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Outside of the boot by Trent Alexander-Arnold, looking to find Anthony Gordon. It's blocked by Schmedix. And it's launched back into the England half again. Headed down by Harry Maguire there to Jack Grealish, but it's put out of play. And it's going to be a throw-in to the Republic of Ireland. Just taken quickly, and Malumbi just drops the ball back to O'Brien. And now over the halfway line comes Liam Brady down the left-hand side. Robbie Brady, I should say. It's back with Dara O'Shea. O'Shea has got Jake O'Brien alongside him. He decides to go back to the goalkeeper, Kelleher. Kelleher, long ball downfield. Ogbonne heads it on to the substitute, Knight. Knight gives it back to Ogbene. Ogbene now driving towards the touchline, and Colwell is challenged Ogbene. Ogbene goes down. The referee says, get back up. Ireland win the ball back. It's back with Sammy Schmodix now. It's right to the edge of the area there to Malumbi, who drills a shot over the crossbar. And Ireland now just trying to see some light to get back into this game as the Irish fans get behind their team. As we see this again, he's just pulled back here. Schmodix just laid it off there to Malumbi, but he gets his foot underneath it and it goes over the crossbar. And I just wonder when perhaps England may start turning to the bench themselves. We've played an hour here. It's Ireland 0, England 2 still, but a couple of half chances at least for Ireland. So they've won the ball back now, but it's actually a foul on Bukayo Saka by Robbie Brady, and England will get the free kick. And the ball is about 6 yards inside their own half of the field. We'll just wait and see now if England can capitalise on this as we look at Lee Carsley, who is on. Well, they look like. Not sure exactly what they are. They look like cold medication, to be honest. It's now with Mark Gay. Gay drops the ball back there to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Forward there to Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka just takes it away from Smallbone and brings it back into his own half. Beats Smallbone again and plays it forward to Declan Rice. Tight down that touchline. Trent Alexander-Arnold just back heels it to Declan Rice. Declan Rice to Kobe Mainoo. Back to Rice again. Rice plays it all the way back to the number 16 there. Oh, and a terrible giveaway. And it's picked up by Sammy Schmodix. An awful giveaway by Trent Alexander-Arnold. And that is very, very poor. And here's Malumbi now, as now Ireland swing the ball in. And it's Schmodix who swings that ball in. It goes wide for a goal kick. But they just gave the ball away there by Trent Alexander-Arnold. And I don't think Schmodix realised how much time he had on the ball there. But that was nearly that was what we used to call in the old days a suicide pass. It was very poor in the end, and England were lucky to get away with that. And it's picked up by the number 2 there, Trent Alexander-Arnold. He gives the ball to Maguire. Maguire coming forward now. Let's see. He picks up Colwell, just almost on the halfway line. Gives the ball now to the number 10, Jack Grealish. Grealish. Oh, he's just dispossessed that time, and it's a foul. And Jack Grealish is complaining. But I think he has been given a free kick, and a yellow card is being awarded here. I'm just not sure to which Irish player. Let's take a look. I just can't quite see. It's going to... he won the ball, actually. I don't think that's a fair yellow card at all. I think Malumbi won the ball there. I think he can consider himself extremely hard done to. But it is a free kick to England, nevertheless. And here's Mainoo. Mainoo drops it back to Harry Maguire. Long ball over, looking for Bukayo Saka, but that's well out of his remit. And it goes behind for a goal kick as England, another attack from them, breaks down. But still 2-0 to England, but it's not 3-0. It's not 2-0 for Georgia anymore. It's 3-0. They're 3-0 up in their game. And Here is Ida. Ida tries to play the ball forward, looking for Schmodix there, but it's picked up well there by Harry Maguire, who himself has played very, very well today. Here is Declan Rice, just trying to turn away from Schmodix. Plays the ball forward. It's headed down by Robbie Brady, looking for Smallbun, but it's picked up there by Trent Alexander-Arnold, who plays a safe ball back to the goalkeeper, Jordan Pickford. Pickford gives the ball to Harry Maguire. And it's Levi Colwell. Tries to play the ball forward. Looks like it took a deflection, and I'm not quite sure who it is who has gone down there, but it is a free kick to Ireland. Aldershot 0, Rochdale 2, half-time in the Nations League there. As Will Smallborn will be taking this free kick, as we've had 65 minutes gone in this Nations League game between Ireland and England at the Aviva Stadium. National League, thanks Mike. National League, Nations League. It's all confusing to me now. Getting confused. National League, Aldershot 0, Rochdale 2, half-time. Will Smallborn standing over this one, along with Robbie Brady. Smallborn waits. It is going to be Brady that swings it long into the penalty area. The heads go up, and we think that may have come off Colwell last, as Pickford just sees it over the crossbar. And is it going to be a corner to Ireland here, or has the referee seen an infraction? It's like he's seen an infraction, so we're going to get a free kick to England instead. Let's take a look. Perhaps a push on Harry Kane there by Jake O'Brien. So it'll be a free kick to England. It's going to be taken by Jordan Pickford. It's released quickly. Here is Declan Rice. So Declan Rice is dispossessed. And here's Malumbi for Ireland. Jason Malumbi just trying to get away from Trent Alexander-Arnold. No such luck for him. Trent Alexander-Arnold wins the ball back, and it's played forward now to Jack Grealish. Grealish now storming over the halfway line. Grealish has got Bukayo Saka alongside it. Oh, beautiful play by Bukayo Saka to beat Robbie Brady. And this is going to be a free kick for the foul on by Robbie Brady, and a yellow card for Robbie Brady, as he's the third Irish player to go into Mr. Sanchez's notebook. As it's going to be a free kick to England down the right-hand side. It's about midway inside the Arsenal, the Ireland half of the field, and it's going to be taken by the number 2 Trent Alexander-Arnold, and it's going to swing this one in. Just waiting to see. Yeah, I know, Mike. Swung in by Trent Alexander-Arnold, and it's into the box. Coivan Kelleher comes up and claims that. It's easy meat and drink for the Irish goalkeeper, who himself has performed very, very well today, making some very, very good saves. And here's Jake O'Brien, who's dispossessed, and now it's trouble for Ireland. Here is Bukayo Saka. Saka plays the ball across to Jack Grealish inside the penalty area, and here's Anthony Gordon with a shot, but Coivan Kelleher gets down and smothers that. But a poor giveaway by the substitute Jake O'Brien there. Almost let England in for a third. And as we take a look here, this is poor by Jake O'Brien. Loses the ball there about 25 yards out, and England with Bukayo Saka and Jack Grealish again, who has just controlled the midfield in this game. I mean, he's just been magnificent from beginning to end, and Ireland have not been able to handle him. If there's any consolation I can give to Ireland, it's that it's a wonderful player that they produced. And Mike has just informed me as well that Everton and Villa will be covered by the Commentary Hub next Saturday as well. Mike Harneman will be in the commentary chair for that one, for Everton versus Aston Villa at Goodison Park. Mike Harneman will be bringing you that one. So we've got lots of action coming up. Germany versus the Netherlands on Tuesday, and Everton versus Aston Villa, which is actually at Villa Park. We'll be taking care of that one for you. As here's Brady. Brady down the left-hand side. He just pulls the ball back, but he only succeeds in giving the ball to Harry Kane. But is Brady fouled that time by Declan Rice? The referee says yes. So it's going to be a free kick to Ireland. And we are inside the last 20 minutes. And Ireland now have a free kick. Just wonder whether perhaps where Lee Carsley hasn't looked at making any changes to this Is England lineup. No substitutes as of yet as we go inside the last 20 minutes at the Aviva Stadium. It is still Ireland 0, England 2. Ireland certainly looking a lot better in the second half as England are now warming up 3 substitutes. As Will Smallbun launches it into the box. The heads go up, it's one there, and it comes back to Ogbene. Ogbene gives the ball now to Ida. Ida drop back to Ogbene, swings the cross in, it beats everybody and finally cleared away by Declan Rice. And the ball is played forward now for Anthony Gordon. And England are going to catch Ireland on the break, are they? No. Cutting across here is the number 14, Malumbi. And there's Dara O'Shea. Cross to Robbie Brady. Robbie Brady, long over on the far side, and it's picked up there by Ogbene. Ogbene storming forward for Ireland, who certainly looked a lot better in the last 15 minutes or so. Ogbene swings the ball in, but it's blocked, and it comes and breaks loose to Malumba. Malumba back to Jake O'Brien, and across there to Nathan Collins, and it's now Ogbene again. He's got Colwell in front of him. Ogbene cuts inside, his pass is a poor one and only finds Mainu, and now England can come forward with Colwell. Drop back to Anthony Gordon. Anthony Gordon holds the ball up, played across there to Declan Rice. Declan Rice over the halfway line. He's got options left and right. He chooses to go to Bukayo Saka, a move we've often seen when the two are at club level. Given that now to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Bukayo Saka. Saka, nice play with Harry Kane here as England slowly building up here. Trent Alexander-Arnold, and it's Saka. Saka just holds the ball up. He's under pressure there by Schmodix and Ida. He drops the ball back to Gahey and gets the ball back, which gives him a little bit of space and sets off Trent Alexander-Arnold. His ball into the middle is a poor one though, comfortably intercepted by Jason Malumbi. And he releases the ball forward there to, he released the ball to Jake O'Brien, but England win the ball back now. And it's back in their own half with Harry Maguire. England just inside the centre circle now with Jack Grealish. Gives the ball to Harry Maguire. Maguire holds the ball up now and gives it to the number 2, Trent Alexander-Arnold. Georgia 4-0 up now. As here is the number 18, which is Kobe Mainu. Mainu just drops the ball back to Mark Gahey. Gahey. Back to Trent Alexander-Arnold. He decides to go to the long ball looking for Anthony Gordon. That was an ambitious ball, and it's easily intercepted by Ogbene. And he releases the ball now down the right-hand side. And it's picked up by O'Brien. Gives the ball to Dara O'Shea. O'Shea. Back in the middle there to Schmodix. Schmodix launches the ball long over to Ogbene. And it's just knocked out of play there by Levi Colwell, and it's going to be a free kick a throw-in rather, as we've got 16 minutes to go. Looks like there's going to be a substitute. It's another substitute for Ireland, and it looks like Will Smallbun is coming off. So Smallbun is coming off for Brown. Smallbun for Brown. And looks like Ireland are making another substitution as Casey McAteer is coming on for Adam Ida. So Adam Ida is off for Casey McAteer. So Ireland have used 4 now of their 5 substitutes, with Smallbun and Ida coming off for Alan Brown and Casey McAteer. England so far yet to make any changes. The ball is long, it's just headed out there. Casey McAteer wearing number 13 for Ireland, and Brown wearing number 6. As it's picked up by McAteer now, and it's flicked on, and it's picked up by Malumbi. Malumbi tries to get the cross in, and it's cleared away there, but only as far as O'Brien. And there's a foul here, and there's going to be another yellow card, and this time it goes to the substitute, Jake O'Brien, for the foul there. So Jake O'Brien finds his way in Mr. Sanchez's book as well. Poor challenge there on Anthony Gordon. As we have 15 minutes to go at the Aviva Stadium in Dublin. It is Ireland 0, England 2, as Ireland fighting to get back into this game. I have to say, some of the England players perhaps looking a little bit tired. Perhaps a change might well be appropriate, but we'll see. We're seeing it now, and we're seeing Morgan Gibbs-White getting his first England cap. Congratulations to Morgan Gibbs-White, who is coming on now. Jack Grealish, who has been absolutely sensational, is coming off now for Morgan Gibbs-White. So, and Angel Gomez coming on, and he's making his England debut today. So Morgan Gibbs-White and Angel Gomez are on, and we'll just I'll just get you who's coming off there in a moment. There's also somebody else coming on here. Looks like it's the number 9. Yes, there's Angel Gomez. So it's Kobe Mainu is the other substitute. So I'll just there's also Anthony Gordon, who is coming off as well. So it's a triple substitution for England, and I'm just going to go through all this with you. Eberici Eze is the person coming on. So I'm just going to go through these substitutes with you. So Grealish, Gordon, and Mainu have come off. Gibbs-White, Gomez, and Eberici Eze are the replacements for England. So they are on. So England coming forward now, and it's it's Bukayo Saka now. Bukayo Saka drops the ball back to Trent Alexander-Arnold, looking for Eze in the middle. It goes over his head and out of play, and it's going to be a throw-in for the Republic of Ireland. So congratulations to Gomez and Gibbs-White making their first England caps. This is a moment for both of those two. Morgan Gibbs-White, of course, whose career has excelled since he's been at Nottingham Forest. The ball is headed on. Finally headed away there by Alan Brown, but only really as far as Colwell, as Ireland now starting to press England a little bit. The ball is played forward for Eze. And cutting across, turning away from Gibbs-White rather brilliantly there was Ogbene. Ogbene just over the halfway line now for Ireland. Drops the ball back, and it's picked up there by Nathan Collins as we go into the last 12 minutes of the game at the Aviva Stadium. And very shortly, in about 10 minutes time, I'll be naming my player of the match as the ball is lifted forward by Coivin Kelleher there to Robbie Brady. Robbie Brady's under pressure there by Trent Alexander-Arnold, and it's a poor ball by Brady. It's given straight to Kane, and Kane now gives it to Bukayo Saka. Ireland get back well there though, but that nearly set Kane off on his way. Another poor ball, this time by Robbie Brady. And the ball is played now to Morgan Gibbs-White. Gibbs-White down to Bukayo Saka. Saka back to Gibbs-White. And it's back with Declan Rice. There's Gibbs-White again. Declan Rice. Declan Rice forward now, and just holding the ball up well is Saka. Saka, just tries to play the ball on here to Gibbs-White, who tried to get the cross in, but that's really good work by Dara O'Shea. and he gets across and wins the battle of that, even though it goes behind. It's going to be a free kick, in fact, to Ireland for the foul on Gibbs White, for the foul by Gibbs White on Dara O'Shea. Gomez has featured for England at England under 16, under 17, under 18, under 19, under 20, and under 21, and now at senior level. So this is a big step up for him to get the opportunity to wear that shirt today. The ball is played downfield, and it's picked up there by the number 7, Jack Grealish. Grealish drops the ball there back to Trent Alexander-Arnold and cleared away by Gahey. It's headed down there and picked up by Malumbi. Malumbi for Ireland. Plays it down the left-hand side. Trying to get the cross in there now is Knight. And it's just cleared away, but it's just broken free now to Dara O'Shea. Back to the goalkeeper. And here's Nathan Collins now. He's actually wearing the captain's armband now for Ireland, is Collins. Plays the ball down the right-hand side. And it's Knight again. Getting to the touchline with Levi Colwell. Good work by Colwell, tracking him all the way and blocking that shot. Blocking that cross, rather, and it goes out for a throw-in to Ireland. Still 2-0 as we go into the last 9 minutes, and Evan Ferguson is a final substitution for Ireland. He's coming on now, and he's coming on for Robbie Brady. Attacking substitution here for as they bring on Evan Ferguson. We know through his days at Brighton that he is capable of scoring goals, and we'll see if we see that today. Now Evan Ferguson is on. We're going to see if we may see any more England substitutions at the before the end of this game. And Evan Ferguson now just leaving some messages, passing on some messages now to the rest of the Irish team as we wait to get the game back underway. The throw-in is going to be taken by Dara O'Shea. Holding the ball up. It looks like he may try to go long here. Dara O'Shea is certainly not in any particular hurry. As we are waiting and seeing now, the throw-in is going to be taken. Now it's going to be a long one by Dara O'Shea. Not a huge amount of distance on. It's flicked on by Collins. And it's won back there by Alan Brown. Brown gives the ball there to Malumbi. Malumbi. Ball played forward, intercepted that time, and Harry Kane coming forward now for England. He just holds the ball up, but he's definitely fouled there, and a free kick for the foul by Alan Brown. Or is it? Yeah, it's Casey McAteer, in fact, as McAteer helps the England forward to his feet. He was just caught there. It was a late challenge. The first since he's come on. I don't think it's yellow card worthy. He's just clipped him, really, but he's back on his feet now as we are ticking down time to that point in the match where we will reveal the player of the match. Stones and Bowen are readying themselves to come on for England to make it their fourth and fifth substitution. So Bowen will be coming on along with John Stones. We're just going to see who is coming off. And Harry Kane is going to hand the captain's armband to somebody because he's the one making way. And I'm just not quite sure who he's going to hand that captain's armband to. Might give it to John Stones. Yes, he's handing it over to John Stones. So Harry Kane comes off. And I'm just trying to see who the other the other person that was substituted. One of them is Harry Kane. Not quite sure who the other one is. It's Harry Maguire, in fact. So Harry Maguire comes off for John Stones. Not surprising, really, if you think about it. So the fourth and fifth substitution for England is John Stones and Jared Bowen on for Harry Maguire and Harry Kane. So the two Harrys make way. And here's Gahey, just drops the ball to John Stones, and it's now with Colwell. Colwell plays the ball forward, and chasing this one down is Bowen already, wanting to get himself involved in the game. Here's Bowen now coming forward for England, and there's an opportunity for Bowen. Oh, a good save, in fact, by Koivin Kelleher, and to be picked up now by Bukayo Saka. But that was a good opportunity and a great run by Bowen, introducing himself into the game immediately. And here comes Morgan Gibbs-White for England. Picked up again by Gibbs-White. Played forward now to Bukayo Saka. He's being handled there by Brown. And the ball is across to Eberici Eze. Eze back to Brown. And across there to Declan Rice. And the ball is now down the right-hand side to the number 2 there, Trent Alexander-Arnold. And it's back with Mark Gahey now as England managing this game to a close at this point. It has to be said, they're just making sure they don't make any foolish errors. And Ireland struggling to get the ball back, but they win it back now actually. And it's Malumbi, commentator's curse. Here is Ogbene. Ogbene dropped the ball back to Malumbi, and here's Nathan Collins. And here is Declan Rice now. Declan Rice holds the ball up. Declan Rice, he's pulled a hamstring. Declan Rice has pulled a hamstring. That's bad news for England. Very bad news for Arsenal. It looks like he's pulled up, and I just wonder whether that's a hamstring or whether it's something else, but that does not look good. But Declan Rice has just pulled up there, but we'll see now what happens. Ball is played forward now, and it's with Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka takes the ball into the corner. He's under pressure from Brown. But Declan Rice is injured there, and there's no room for any more substitutions, of course. Declan Rice now just holds the ball up. And it's with Morgan Gibbs-White to Eberici Eze, and he strikes a shot. And it's over the crossbar and behind for a goal kick. As we look at Declan Rice now, and we're going to see just what kind of injury that is, as this will put many a concern on Arsenal faces. Mike said obviously it's one of ours after we lost Marino in training and Calafiori last night. Well, you may be losing Declan Rice now as well. Media Radio Jingles Gaming says let's hope it's not serious hamstring for Rice. From an Arsenal and England fan perspective, well, even a slight pull can keep you out for a couple of weeks. And with Arsenal, with the North London derby coming up, and also the game against Manchester City, this is not something that Mikel Arteta needed, that's for sure. Rice is suspended for the North London derby anyway, but they've still got Manchester City after that. The ball is out of play, and it's going to be a throw-in for England, and it's going to be taken just about on the halfway line by Trent Alexander-Arnold. At the next stoppage in play, I'm going to name the player of the match for everybody, and I just want to take the time to thank you all very much for listening to this commentary today on the Commentary Hub. We definitely appreciate you spending your valuable Saturday afternoon with us. And across there now, and trying to win that ball is John Stones, just trying to get ahead of Jason Knight there. He was successful. It's flicked on by Morgan Gibbs-White to Eze, and Eze plays the ball all the way back to John Stones. John Stones now just trying to turn away from Malumbi, and the ball is played forward by Colwell. It's headed down that time by Bowen, but it's picked up comfortably by Collins. Collins has got Ogbene overlapping. Good ball to Ogbene. Can Ogbene get the cross in? But Colwell just comes across and nips it away from him. And finally, Collins knocks the ball out of play. So it's time to name the player of the match today. And today's player of the match, for me, there's no question. It goes to England's number 10, Jack Grealish, who's been absolutely superb from beginning to end. Winning the ball, controlling the midfield, also bringing an end to a wonderful move for that second goal. So today's player of the match, as sponsored by Commentary Services, goes to England's number 10, Jack Grealish. As the ball goes back to Jordan Pickford, who launches the ball downfield. It's Trent Alexander-Arnold who picks it up. And England almost lose the ball again, as it's just down the left-hand side this time. And the ball was tried to be crossed in that time by McAteer, but England win the ball back. And Trent Alexander-Arnold goes long as we go into injury time. And there will be 5 minutes injury time at the Aviva Stadium. Here's Ogbene. 5 minutes injury time as a minimum. Ogbene swings across in. It's to the back post. McAteer goes down. He's claiming he was impeded. But if he'd have stayed on his feet, he'd have had a free header there. Let's have a look. Well, there was a trailing arm, of course. But I don't think that was anything penalty worthy. Yeah, he goes down. He would have had a free header if he'd have stayed on his feet, though. And Ireland now will get the game. England will now get the game back underway. It's a goal kick, so it's going to be Jordan Pickford to launch the ball downfield. We've had 1 minute of the minimum of 5 added on here by our fourth official. Our fourth official today is Juan Luis Peludo Santana. And it's back with John Stones. John Stones gives the ball there to the number 16, Mark Gahey. Long ball by Declan Rice. That's a fine ball to Eberechi Eze. Eze holds the ball up. And he's right on the corner of the penalty area, left-hand side. Gives the ball to Morgan Gibbs-White. Good ball by Gibbs-White to Bowen. Overlapping now is the number 2, Trent Alexander-Arnold. Gives the ball to Bukayo Saka. Saka plays the ball back there to Declan Rice. Saka inside the penalty area. Tries to get the shot away. It's blocked. It does break loose. But Koivin Kelleher was there to just clear the ball downfield. And it's won by Colwell. Colwell just holds the ball up and he gives the ball to Eze. Eze down the down the left-hand side as England looking to perhaps extend the 2-goal lead to maybe 3. Declan Rice to Bowen. Picked up again there on the edge of the penalty area. Sorry, on the edge of the centre circle line. The ball is played forward there to Bukayo Saka. Down the right-hand side, Saka now just trying to get away from Brown. It comes into a Bowen and a super save again by Koivin Kelleher. Oh, it came right into Bowen. It was right on the edge of the 6-yard box. Tried to shoot the ball between Kelleher's legs, but what a super save as well. And you know, if I didn't have to pick Jack Grealish, and I really did have to pick Jack Grealish, but if I didn't, I would be looking at Koivin Kelleher as a possibility, because he really has made several super saves today to prevent England from really running away with this. And the ball now is with Bukayo Saka. He's inside the penalty area. Bukayo Saka one-on-one. It's another super save, and Eze is not able to direct the header home. But another super save by Koivin Kelleher to deny England a 3rd goal. My goodness me, it could have been 6 today or even 7. But Koivin Kelleher makes a super save here again. He just pushes the ball away. It's right onto the head of Eze, who really should have scored on the rebound too, by the way. But he was not able to divert his header home. And it is 2 super saves back-to-back by Koivin Kelleher, who really now must be drawing the eyes of other Premier League teams. He's back up at Liverpool. He should be drawing the eyes of other Premier League teams right now as we go into the last minute of this game at the Aviva Stadium between Ireland and England. It's 2-0, but my goodness me, it could have been so much more if it hadn't been for the goalkeeper. As Eze cuts inside the penalty area now, as once again Ireland being sloppy at the back here, but finally it's a foul on Nathan Collins, and it's going to be a free kick, or not Nathan Collins I should say. Yes, Nathan Collins it was in fact. I thought it was O'Brien for a moment, but it is Nathan Collins. We've got about 30 seconds left of the minimum of 5 minutes left in this game. You have to say that England are home and hosed now, but my goodness me, it could have been so much more. It's cleared downfield and it's picked up by Declan Rice and goes all the way back to the goalkeeper Jordan Pickford as England see out the last few minutes here. Here's Gahey. Forward there, flicked on by Morgan Gibbs-White, but that's a good header that was won that time by the number 14 for Ireland, Malumbi. As the ball is out of play now and it's going to be a throw-in. We've played the 5 minutes and that's it. England have won by 2-0. But goodness me, it could have been so much more. England with goals in the first half from Declan Rice on 12 minutes. Jack Grealish on 26 minutes is the difference. But Jack Grealish given player of the match by myself today. But it's worth noting that had it not been for Koivin Kelleher, it could have been so much more. But it's full time here at the Aviva Stadium, and it is Ireland 0, England 2. Back to you, Mike.
Thank you very much, Paul. And again, an excellent second half coverage as well there, same as the first. Of course, as I said at half time, it had to be Declan Rice and Jack Grealish, the difference makers, didn't it? All the talk was about them beforehand. And to be honest, as I said in the comments there, if you want to shut the haters up, then do it by scoring goals and by playing well. And both did that, superbly today. But so we have some other scores as well for you now. I'm going to just quickly run over those before we round out the programme today. It was Georgia 4, Czech Republic 1 was a full-time score. Still got games coming up later as well, kicking off in around about 45 minutes or so, just over 45 minutes time. Ukraine and Albania being one of those from Group 1. Moldova 2, Malta 0 was a full-time score. Greece and Finland from this group in the second match of this group, is kicking off at 7:45. Germany and Hungary is as well, as is Netherlands and Bosnia. Group 4, Faroe Islands 1, North Macedonia 1, and Armenia 4, Latvia 1. League 1, Barnsley 2, Bristol Rovers 1, Wrexham 3, Shrewsbury 0, and Charlton 1, Rotherham 1. In League 2 was Barrow 1, Swindon 1. Just seen from that game there, the Barrow goalkeeper Paul Farman was sent off with 3 minutes to go of half time. Two half time, I should say, and they had to bring a outfield player on in goal, which was Feely, and he almost kept a clean sheet until the 99th minute as well, when Swindon equalised. He did actually make a couple of good saves as well on the video I've just seen. Bradford beat Carlisle by 2-1. Cheltenham 1, Harrogate 0. Chesterfield 2, Grimsby 1. Colchester 1, Bromley 1. Crewe 1, Morecambe 0. Doncaster 1, Gillingham 0. MK Dons 1, Walsall 0. Also, Port Vale went to Newport and won by 4-1. Notts County 2, Accrington 0 as well. And in the National League, Altrincham beat Ebbsfleet by 4-0. Braintree and Woking finished 0-0. Eastleigh 1, Tamworth 0. Fylde 3, Yeovil 4. Gateshead 2, Barnet 0. Hartlepool 0, Halifax 0. Maidenhead United 1, Dagenham and Redbridge 1. Oldham 1, Southend United 1. Solihull 0, Forest Green 1. Sutton United 0, Boston 3. Wealdstone 0, York 2. And it's currently Aldershot 0, Rochdale 2. 70 minutes played there in that one. Bit of a late kickoff. We've got half an hour until the women's game between Arsenal and Rosenborg. And I just may even have the Arsenal lineup here, if you give me a second for that one. I'll go back to that in a second though. And there are other games taking place as well nationally. Hi Russ, we'll come to you on this England game in a second. But actually, Russ, if you're there and you want to talk to us about this England game, it had to be Declan Rice and Jack Grealish, the two men, to have the deciding factor in this game, didn't it?
Good evening, everybody. It did, Mike, yes, and good evening, Mike, good evening, Paul. What I liked about that performance today from England, and we didn't see enough of it under Southgate. We still continue to play out the way the manager wanted. Yes, second half we dropped off and probably had the better of the chances in the second half. But we were still, for me, in control of the game. Yes, Ireland, like I said, probably had the better chances. But for me, England controlled the first half and looked to and were dominant in the first half, deserved the lead at half time. Probably say Ireland probably deserved to get a draw potentially out of the game, but it's the first game under Carsley and under Southgate. The players always used to drop off. Today, I know it's only against Ireland, and there's probably tougher tests to come in the group that we've got with Finland and Greece a bit later down the line and a bit later down the year. But England continued to play the way the manager wanted, still played out from the back. Like in the Euros, when Pickford got to the back, he would have probably gone long. This time he tried playing it out continued playing out from the back, trying to play through the thirds, and that's what England need. We try to build up the play, with better building up the play than going long all the time and getting the ball back. And for Ireland, that didn't work, and you saw a lot of times when Ireland tried to play long, he just kept coming back towards them. So there were no outlet for Ireland at times, and Ireland's probably best player for me was Chidozie Ogbenin, not just in the first half, but in the second half. For me, for England, Grealish and Rice both took the goals well. Thought Gordon played really, really well in that first half and majority of the game. Saka looked good. Mainu lost it a couple of times, but then got better. One thing I didn't notice, I don't know whether Paul, you noticed this during the game as well, or Mike, you noticed this as well. When Angel Gomez came on, when he was playing the ball either to Rice or our wide left, or playing those knee passes even before Kane went off, he was still making a move, trying to get the ball back, and that's what you want from your players. You want to pass and move, and that's how Grealish's goal came. A pass out wide, he moved into space and was in space for a pull back from Rice to score. And our point is, Mike, we just mentioned there Grealish and Rice scoring the goals, but in the second goal, Declan Rice got the assist for Jack Grealish. So the players who once wore green now wear the white of England, got England off to a good start, and Rice was involved in both of the goals. One thing I did like about Rice, yes, he may not have celebrated against one of his form, but Grealish, I'm not sure whether that was a message towards Southgate for saying, this is what I could have done if you pinned me for the Euros, and if you'd have gone to Euros, who knows what would have happened, because we never know. But Grealish, fantastic performance back in today, and congratulations to Gibbs White and Gomez making their England debuts there as well. And Gibbs White showed a few good touches when he came on, like along with Gomez, and Eze, we know what he can do for England. Unlucky towards the end when Saka had that shot as well, but I thought we controlled it for the majority of the game, and probably over a reflection, I would probably say I'm happy with the performance and happy with the result. But for me, Ireland probably a little bit unlucky not to get anything out of that second half. But England, good start. Let's say we're going against Finland on Tuesday night now.
Yeah, absolutely. I have to agree with what you said there regarding Jack Grealish. I think he was excellent, and rightfully was given player of the match. I think, as I say, Declan Rice was excellent. Anthony Gordon was excellent as well. Jordan Pickford didn't really have an awful lot to do, but did everything he had to do comfortably. Same for Harry Maguire, really, as well. So, to be honest, it's what England would have wanted. It's what Lee Carsley would have wanted as well. So, this is an audition phase for him, really, isn't it? To put his name into the hat for getting the job on the permanent on the back of what he's done with the 21s. And it was great to see players like Morgan Gibbs-White coming on, Anthony Gordon featuring heavily today, Eberiche Eze featuring in the second half, as well as players like Gomez who have come up all through the ranks from under 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and now the senior level as well, all getting game time today. So it was great to see that mix of experience with the likes of Harry Maguire, Jordan Pickford and Harry Kane, and then the players that have come through the ranks as well.
Yeah, absolutely, Mike. And you look at the performance from, say, Eze. I know we're only on for a short time. We showed with some of the touches what he can do, but Gibbs White and Gomez is their first senior appearance, and they showed what they can offer to this group of talented England players. And let me put it out there, England, this time around is without Jude Bellingham, who featured heavily in the last few tournaments under Southgate, and would have probably featured in this squad had he not been injured. And it was a fantastic performance from the players that was out there. Take nothing away from them, but if you had Bellingham to that group who weren't featuring today, who didn't feature today, Madison to that group potentially, goes a lot of good players and a lot of heavy thinking for either
Yeah,
Carsley or
absolutely. You
whoever
know,
gets the job permanently, Mike.
Phil Foden being another one that pulled out as well. Just before, I think it was only a couple of days ago, I think Phil Foden pulled out with a knock or an injury as well. So there's players in there, you know, as you say, you know, even the likes of Ivan Toney, Ollie Watkins, people like that can come in and have a difference in this England side for tournaments down the line for sure.
Yes, absolutely. There's been a bit of talk surrounding Ivan Toney, Mike, and I want to fetch Paul and ask Paul's opinion on this. Obviously, Tony's, as we know, is going off to Saudi Arabia. A lot of people are saying that he may not get another chance at England since he's going to cross to Saudi Arabia. You look at Jordan Henderson, who's not really featured since moving out there. If he continues his explosive goal scoring like he did at Brentford, Paul, do you think he could force his way into, say, either Carl's future squads or whether he gets a job on a permanent basis, Ivan Toney? Or do you think, like Henderson has, manage whoever comes in, Carl's or whoever gets the job permanently, may not look at people like Toney and Henderson again, who's gone out to Saudi Arabia?
I think it would be a shame if England did that in terms of, you know, they've got the players capable of scoring goals. We know that. It reminds me of the old days when Steve Bull used to play for Wolverhampton Wanderers, and he was in a division lower than the top division, but he was still being picked for England because he was scoring goals. I think it will be the same for Ivan Toney. If he's scoring goals, if he's on form, if he's a threat, then yeah, I don't see any reason why he shouldn't be being picked.
I just want to say as well, obviously, sorry, I was just going to say there that obviously Gomez being a prime example, obviously playing out in the French league, playing for Lille, you know, it's the pool of England talent there. It's not just people that are out in England. Obviously, we see it with Harry Kane out in Germany at the moment. Jude Bellingham's obviously abroad. You know, there's players that are playing abroad as well, and they will get looked at. And obviously, if somebody like a Gomez is getting looked at and getting spotted, and not a lot of people really knew an awful lot about Gomez, and you know he wasn't really on the cusp of anything like that in terms of squads. Like I'm pretty sure that Lee Carsley and the England backroom staff will still have a close eye on Ivan Toney as well.
Yeah, probably, mate. But I'm just thinking with Jordan Henderson going out there, not really getting picked under Southgate, and Southgate said it's because he didn't get to see a lot of the games out there. Whoever comes in, they may fall into that same category, not seeing a lot of games out there, so they won't know how well he's performing and how well he's playing out there. Which is why I'm wondering whether his move out there has gotten against him getting back into this England squad. And you just look at the pool of talent that we've got up front. Kane featured there, Watkins was in the squad, pulled out due to an injury earlier in the week as well, and got Toney in there. And for me, Watkins and Kane are different types of strikers. Watkins likes to go out wide, whereas Kane drops in more of a central role, which is similar to Ivan Toney. And other than Ivan Toney, for me, in the current pool of players who's available for England, is the replacement for if Kane ever gets injured or is injured out of a squad. I don't think we've got another option in there. That one there as well, Mike, to be, if I'm honest, and that's why I'm just wondering. That's why I thought I mentioned that with Harry Kane, Ivan Toney going out there, with him being, for me, the ideal replacement for Kane, being further down the line as well.
Yeah, that's a good point there. Just going to quickly run you through the Arsenal women's lineup. They're facing off against Rosenborg in about 20 minutes or so's time, and that's in the Women's Champions League. Zinsberger, Fox, Godina, Williamson, Mariona, Little, McCabe, Marnham, Ford, Russo, and Cooney Cross is how Arsenal line up, with a bench of Van, Domsela, Williams, Wibbenmoy, Mead, Wolsey, Kafaj, Cool, Blackstenius, Wayan Rota, Godfrey, Adjuman, and Reed. That one is kicking off at 7:30. We've got more games coming up for you this week as well. We've got Paul James back with you on Tuesday night as the Netherlands entertain Germany. And of course, we've got Premier League action next week as well. I'm going to be in the hot seat for Aston Villa against Everton. And then I think Paul's going to be bringing you the North London derby on Sunday as well, as Tottenham entertain Arsenal. Arsenal without Declan Rice for that one, of course, after his red card last time out against Brighton. But from everyone here at the Commentary Hub, Lee Carsley's the man that's come out on top. You know, Lee Carsley getting the job done here in interim charge for England on as Spurs get battered by Arsenal. Get it right. Let's hope so, Paul. Let's hope so. But from this game here, Lee Carsley getting the job done here for England. Declan Rice and Jack Grealish are the men that see Republic of Ireland and all their fans coming home from this game green in the face.